Welcome to a chilling journey through time and imagination, where we will explore the fascinating and terrifying world of mythical creatures that have populated the legends and myths of various cultures around the world. From the darkest corners of ancient forests to the abysmal depths of the oceans, these entities have influenced the collective fear and imagination of people throughout history, leaving an indelible mark on our folklore. Get ready to discover the stories that have terrified and fascinated humanity through the centuries. And remember, if you like these journeys through the darker side of legends and mystery, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our explorations. Rank number 5. The Chupacabra. At number 5 in our chilling countdown, we delve into the mysterious world of the Chupacabra, a creature that has instilled terror in the heart of Latin America and beyond. This legendary being, whose name literally translates to goatsucker, is infamous for its eerie habit of attacking farm animals, especially goats, to suck their blood until they are completely drained. The origin of the Chupacabra legend dates back to the early 1990s in Puerto Rico, when dead animals were first reported under mysterious circumstances. These reports described the victims with three things in common. They were dead, bloodless, and had strange puncture marks on their bodies. Soon, panic spread, and more sightings and attacks were reported in other parts of Latin America, and eventually in some areas of the United States. The description of the Chupacabra has varied over the years and among different cultures. Some describe it as a small, elusive creature with large, bright eyes, capable of jumping great distances. Other accounts speak of a being more akin to an alien or a hairless wild dog with a pronounced spinal ridge, red eyes, and sharp claws. Despite the variations, all descriptions share a common element: an insatiable thirst for blood. The fascination with the Chupacabra has transcended borders, becoming part of popular culture and the subject of numerous investigations, television programs, and movies. However, its existence has never been scientifically proven. Many explain the Chupacabra attacks as the work of known wild animals, such as coyotes or wild dogs, that prey on livestock. Despite this, for many, the Chupacabra remains a terrifying creature that lurks in the dark, a symbol of the unknown and a reminder that perhaps we are not alone. Thus concludes our exploration of the enigmatic Chupacabra, number 5 on our list of the most terrifying mythical creatures. But do not be deceived. The shadows hide even greater horrors. Stay with us as we unveil number 4. Rank number 4, Banshee. At number 4 in our chilling countdown, we delve into the misty lands of Ireland to uncover one of the most terrifying creatures of Celtic mythology, the Banshee. This supernatural entity is known for its heart-wrenching scream, an omen that announces the death of a loved one. But where does this feared figure originate from? The Banshee, whose name comes from the Gaelic Banshee meaning woman of the mounds or woman of the other world, is often described as an ethereal apparition, dressed in time-worn garments. Some legends depict her as a beautiful young woman weeping inconsolably, while others describe her as a terrifying old woman with sharp teeth and long nails. However, all stories agree on one point: her scream, a sound so piercing and sad that it would chill the blood of the bravest, announcing the imminent loss of a family member. The Banshee is not a malevolent spirit. Her presence does not cause death, but rather mourns it. It is said that each ancient Irish family has its own Banshee, who accompanies them through generations. This mythical being also possesses the ability to transform, appearing as a crow, a starling, or even a hare, animals that in Celtic culture are associated with the other world. In popular culture, the Banshee has been depicted in various ways, from horror movies to books and video games. Often, these representations stray from the original essence of the creature, turning it into a more generic monster. However, some works have managed to capture its tragic nature and deep connection with grief and death. The Banshee remains a fascinating and terrifying figure within Irish mythology. Her scream, though a harbinger of misfortune, also reminds us of the importance of life and the inevitable fate we all share. In the next segment, we will delve even deeper into the realm of the unknown, with a creature that has terrorized humanity since time immemorial. But for now, let us remember the Banshee, the weeping woman of Celtic legends, whose lament crosses the veil between this world and the next. Rank number 3. Wendigo. At number 3 in our chilling countdown, we delve into the icy and shadowy depths of the forests of North America to come face to face with one of the most terrifying creatures of indigenous folklore. The Wendigo. This entity, rooted in the traditions of various Native American peoples, especially among the Algonquian tribes, is the epitome of winter horror, a being that embodies despair, insatiable hunger, and above all, cannibalism. The Wendigo is often described as a gigantic creature with a grotesquely thin appearance, as if it were famished, despite its insatiable voracity. Its skin appears tight over its bones, as pale as the snow that usually surrounds its domains. Some accounts speak of its sunken eyes, shining with a malevolent glow, and a mouth too large, filled with teeth sharp as blades, always hungry for human flesh. It is said that the Wendigo grows with each person it consumes, so its hunger can never be satisfied, condemning it to an eternal search for more victims. The myths surrounding the Wendigo not only speak of its terrifying appearance or its insatiable appetite, they also serve as a moral warning. Transformation into this creature can occur if someone resorts to cannibalism as a last resort during the harsh winters, but the Wendigo also symbolizes greed and excess, reminding us of the dangers of losing our humanity through despair or excessive desire. Culturally, the Wendigo represents much more than just a simple monster. It is a reflection of the fears and warnings of the communities that narrated its stories for generations. On a deeper level, it embodies the inherent fears of being human. The fear of loneliness, of cold, of hunger, and of ourselves, of what we might come to do in our darkest hours. Thus, the Wendigo is not just a creature of nightmares, it is a dark mirror showing us what we could become if we allow our worst inclinations to take control. In the stories surrounding it, we find not only terror of the unknown, but also an eternal warning about the dangers of greed, excess, and the loss of our human essence. Rank number 2. The Bogeyman. At number 2 in our chilling countdown, we delve into the shadows of one of the figures most feared by children and adults alike. The Bogeyman. This entity, rooted in European folklore, has been for centuries the protagonist of a legend that has kept children in line, under the threat of being taken away from their homes if they misbehave. The origin of the Bogeyman is as ancient as it is diverse, with its stories varying from one country to another in Europe. Although it is difficult to pinpoint its exact birth, it is believed that the legend began to take shape in the Middle Ages. Originally, it was said that this character wandered from town to town with a sack on his back, in which he kidnapped disobedient children to never be seen again. In some versions, he was attributed with selling these children as slaves. In others, they simply disappeared without a trace. Throughout the centuries, the figure of the Bogeyman has evolved, adapting to the fears and social concerns of each era. In some tales, he transformed into a collector of souls. In others, a punisher of children's sins. However, his essence has always remained intact, a relentless being that comes for those children who do not follow the rules. The impact of this legend on culture is undeniable. It has been used by generations as a tool to instill discipline and obedience in children. The figure of the Bogeyman has transcended folklore to infiltrate literature, cinema, and television, becoming a universal symbol of childhood terror. Its presence in popular culture has served not only to perpetuate the legend, but also to explore themes of authority, fear, and morality. Despite its terrifying nature, or perhaps because of it, the Bogeyman continues to be a fascinating figure in the collective imagination. It reminds us of the power of stories to shape behaviors and beliefs, and how fear can be used as an instrument of social control. Thus, this character remains alive in collective memory, a dark reminder of the consequences of disobedience, and a figure that, despite its evolution, has never lost its ability to terrify. And so, with the chilling memory of the Bogeyman still resonating in our minds, we prepare to reveal the creature that occupies the first place in our countdown of the most terrifying mythical creatures. Are you ready to face the ultimate terror? Rank number 1. Cthulhu, at the top of our list of the most terrifying mythical creatures, we dive into the depths of the ocean to come face to face with the unparalleled Cthulhu, the cosmic entity conceived by the mind of writer H.P. Lovecraft. This creature is one of the central figures in the universe of the Cthulhu mythos, a pantheon of supernatural beings that Lovecraft wove throughout his work. Cthulhu is described as a monstrosity of gigantic proportions, with an appearance that merges features of a human, an octopus, and a dragon. Its head, similar to that of an octopus, is adorned with tentacles. It has a massive, scaly body, huge wings on its back, and a gaze that can drive anyone who dares to look directly at it to madness. This creature sleeps an eternal slumber in the sunken city of R'lyeh, waiting for the moment of its awakening. The myths surrounding Cthulhu speak of its arrival on Earth from the stars, long before the emergence of humanity. Along with other cosmic entities, Cthulhu represents forces that are beyond human comprehension, whose very existence challenges our notions of reality and sanity. It is said that its awakening will bring about the end of human civilization, a recurring theme in Lovecraft's stories that explore cosmic horror and the insignificance of man in the face of the universe. Cthulhu's influence on popular culture and the horror genre is immeasurable. Since its first appearance in the story, The Call of Cthulhu, in 1928, this creature has inspired generations of writers, artists, filmmakers, and video game creators. Its image has been adapted in countless forms, from movies and series to board games and video games, making it an icon of modern horror. The fascination with Cthulhu and the Cthulhu mythos has transcended literature, giving rise to a subculture dedicated to exploring these abysses of horror and wonder. In summary, Cthulhu is not just a terrifying mythical creature. It is a symbol of the cosmic terror that lies in the unknown, a reminder that there are realities beyond our understanding that, once awakened, can unleash chaos in our world. For its lasting impact on the horror genre and its ability to evoke the deepest fear in our psyche, Cthulhu stands as the most terrifying mythical creature on our list. We have traveled together down a chilling path through the legends and myths that have terrorized humanity throughout the centuries. These 5 mythical creatures, although they are a product of our imagination and culture, reflect the deepest and most universal fears and anxieties that we share as human beings. They remind us that, despite our differences, we all feel fear in the face of the unknown and the incomprehensible. Now I invite you to share in the comments your own stories or legends of terrifying creatures that you know. Is there one that has marked you, or that is especially feared in your culture? Share your experience, and let's continue exploring together the darkest corners of our imagination. And remember, if you liked this journey through the darker side of mythologies, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. See you next time.